Good view from the third floor. I don't know if you can see it through the clouds and the.
How are you?
Good. How are you? What do you think of Stephen's media room, by the way? Do you like it? The biggest room there.
I wonder how that happened.
Exactly.
Stuart, a good win on Saturday night. After the win against Black Lion, you referenced then when you played the Dragons that it mightn't have been ideal preparation for that game. So are you doing anything different this week because it was a fairly easy win on Saturday?
Yeah. No, well, first of all, referencing what happened that time. I think there's plenty of reminders out there. Obviously, the Dragons game being one, but the game at the Aviva being the second. We thought we prepared well going into the game at the Aviva, and I was at pains to stress the width of the Aviva, the variety of threats that Leinster have in terms of like ball carrying threats, passing threats, and kicking threats. And obviously, in the second half, that paid dividends for them. So that's been a big focus of our preparation this week, about the quality of the opposition that we face, but also the lessons learned from the Aviva in terms of how things happen at top end level. It's a side packed with international players. They're used to training fast. They're used to training against each other, and whatever team they put out, they're all very good players. You know what I mean? So the big lesson from the Aviva was the speed at which we needed to react. There was an early 2 tries we conceded, which Leinster executed very well, but we were slow to come out the blocks. We came back well, but obviously the second half, got away from us.
And just the fact that Leinster seemed to be able to transition very quickly from defence to attack. They can be in their own 22, and suddenly they could be in your 22. Is that something that, because that happened a bit at the Aviva, you've been working on that?
Yeah, I mean, the keys to preventing that is ball control, winning your set-piece ball, not giving any cheap turnovers, and again, in that second half in particular, that's what we did. If you remember at the start of the second half, we had an exit, we went for an offload, it didn't come off, led to a more, which led to a try, and suddenly it was 26 and suddenly it was 33. That's the key to playing against any top-end team, whether you're playing Leinster, Toulouse or Bordeaux or whoever. Like, if you continue to give teams cheap turnovers in your own half, then obviously it becomes very hard to defend the full width of the field and the backfield on transition. So we don't need to present those opportunities Saturday night, that's for sure.
Thank you.
We'll open the floor, guys, if anyone wants to jump in for live. Dave?
Sure. Given everything that's going on around, was there any temptations maybe to take the players away, possibly to Sligo or Westport, just to get them out of the Galway City bubble because of everything that's going on with the stand, with the external hype around it, and just take them away from all of that?
No, not really. I mean, obviously this has been in the calendar since the very start of the season. It's something we've referenced and talked about. So I don't think you should shy away from a game of this size, what it means to the province. I had different experiences with England, I guess. Opening game of a Rugby World Cup, you have to sort of be in it to embrace it. So there was no thought of that. It's a normal week for us. Obviously, for you guys, it might feel different. For us, it feels like a normal training week, albeit the opposition we realise are pretty good, and obviously we realise the significance of the game. And I think I spoke to a lot of the lads about the game in Mayo last year, and they felt that last year they probably didn't reference that enough in the lead up to the game, and probably the size of the occasion surprised them when they actually got there. Do you know what I mean? And they were 20 minutes into the game before they really realised, the significance of it when they saw what Castlebar was like. So it's something we've talked about, but equally, for us, we've trained on this pitch all season. It's not like it's new for us. The changing rooms we knew. It was good that we got the opportunity to go in the changing rooms for the first time in the Montalban game. We got up to the third floor for the first time last week, so we got a view of what it's going to look like for a supporter. But I don't think anyone knows really what it's going to feel like until 5:30 on Friday when it's full. But I think it'd be pretty special.
a lot of the talk around Leinster has been they haven't been playing as well as they can do. Maybe they've got a new style this year, but the thing is, Leinster are continuously winning. So does that mean they might be even more dangerous than normal because they've been getting criticism from some quarters, but they've been winning, and now they want to turn on the style?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think anyone knows Leinster better than me. So I've been there for 7 years. I think the results they have speak for themselves. You know, when I looked at their pool stages draw in the European Cup, I thought, geez, that's a tough pool, and they've won 4 from 4. That's including at home and away from home. You know, we felt the full force in the Aviva. They haven't won every game by 30, 40 points, but that's never happened over the last 10 years, to be honest. You know, there's always tight games in there. There's always games that opposition push the boundaries and push hard, and sometimes you get beaten. I got beaten plenty of times when I was at Leinster, and we've got to believe that we can do that this weekend. You know, and create one of those occasions whereby the crowd, the environment, and the quality of our play leads to a victory. But we know it's going to be hard because it's not like you're dealing with players who are not used to playing in big occasions. You know, virtually every player at Leinster has played international rugby, and they played in World Cup games, in huge games at the Aviva. So they'll be ready, I'm sure.
Anyone else for life?
Just you mentioned the significance of it. Sorry to ask a really honest question. What does it actually mean to Connacht?
Well, I mean, I wasn't here at the. It was way before my time, and I mean, I'm probably. You'd have to ask Willie, but I'd say maybe 10, 12 years in the creation, the concept to the execution of building this, to go through COVID. So, for people who've been at Connacht, be it the supporters, be it Jack Carty, be it Dave Heffernan, be it Caelan Blade, who've been here when it was just a grass pitch with a dog track around it and a shed, you know, that's grown to the Clanstown, which grew to this. You know, it's incredible, really, isn't it? You know, you've got teams in England who, during COVID, have struggled, well, haven't survived, and Connacht have managed to survive, thrive, build a high performance centre and a new stand, and you know, you've been around it now, so not just the support on match day, which obviously is going to be huge, not just this game, but for all our home games for the remainder of the season. You've got a corporate facility and a space where people can come and genuinely have an amazing fan experience. And during the week, you can create commercial revenue because there's not much in the west of Ireland that can, you know, match it really, which then can be reinvested into the club, into the province, into the grassroots, into the professional team. So it's a game changer, as I said last week, and I'll stand by that comment.
Stuart, you've already said this is Saturday's the biggest night of your Connacht coaching career so far.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, I've only been here a few months, but you know, yeah, without a doubt. You know, it's we recognise the importance of the occasion to the province, the people in the building who had the idea and all the work that's gone into it, and for the players. You know, not just the young players, but as I say, particularly those players who've been here, you know, for years really. So yeah, it's a huge game. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, guys, is there anyone online who wants to jump in for a very quick minute, guys?
Yeah, if I could, Stephen, that'd be great.
Sure, go ahead.
Hi, Stuart, how are you?
Yeah, good. All good.
If I could just ask you about Finlay Bealham. Obviously, it's kind of still a week or a couple of weeks away from his return. Would you expect he would be available for Ireland for the start of the Six Nations if selected?
I don't think it's a million miles away, so I wouldn't be, you know, close enough to actually all his rehab and the plans that they've got, but he's not a million miles away, no. So I think he'll be thereabouts. But as to say, is he going to be on the training field that week and will he be available? It's not far away, but equally, you know, he's not far away either. He's not trained with us fully, but speaking to him yesterday and today, he feels he's making good progress very quickly.
Okay, and if I could also just ask there's been some speculation around Jack Ainger and Matthew Devine about both of those players potentially speaking to Ulster and Munster, each of them. Are you in any position to give any clarity on their futures?
No. It is that time of year, though, I have to say. You know, where, you know, obviously we've announced Kieran Frawley, and it is that time of year, so there is a lot of discussions taking place. We've got a squad of 41, and there's going to be some changes in our squad next year as well. So, we're trying to navigate that as best we can and obviously remain focused on the game. So nothing to add to that, but ultimately, I'm sure every provincial squad is going through the same process of negotiation, renewal, retention, recruitment.
Thanks, Stuart. Good luck this week.
Thanks.